Do you have the freedom to do what you want when you want? And as an entrepreneur, this is the time of year that you should be really reevaluating this question because I know I am. This is a time that I want to spend with my kids, buy them gifts, have the money, and have the freedom to do the things that I want to do when I want to do them. But why is it that many entrepreneurs, like myself, and maybe even like you, feel that you don't have the freedom that you first initially thought you would when you went into business for yourself? My name is Purdeep, and I'm an entrepreneur just like you. And after 14 years of being in the corporate world, I literally walked into work and I quit because the question of freedom kept coming up for me. And I always wanted to have my own business, to be able to do the things and provide the things for my family that I wouldn't get in the corporate world. And especially recently, this has been a big thing that's popped up for me because I've recently lost my father. When his father dropped him off at the airport, he said, "Look, son, this is a one-way ticket. You are not coming back to India. Go to Canada, build a life for yourself because this is your one shot." So my dad came to Canada with literally $11 in his pocket, and he had very minimal education, but he knew how to work hard, so he got a job on an orchard and worked for minimum wage for a fairly long number of years with my mom. And I remember as a kid, I still have a picture of my brother and I sitting in an apple bin as my parents are working because that's what they used to do sometimes because they didn't have the time or they didn't have someone to watch us when they were out there working hard to provide a life for us. And my dad at one point in time made that decision because he was tired of not having his own freedom and working for less than what he deserved, went out and bought his own orchard and worked his butt off to create what he's left for us. And the things that I look at now since my dad has left is not the money that he's created or the enterprise or the company, but the values that he taught my brother and I. And that's really what stands out. Not once did I ever feel like my dad wasn't around, even though he worked long hours. And sometimes he would work 7 days a week, but we always knew that we were his number one priority. How do we have that balance between family and work? Because as guys, we are driven. We are driven to create something more than ourselves. And that's just an inherent part of us. But we're also there to provide for our family, to protect our families. That's one of the things that my dad taught me was, I remember this moment. When I got married, he said, "Son, listen, your number one priority is your family. Your work, your friends, all the fun time comes second. You have to think about your wife and you have to think about your future kids because that is the most important thing in life." So as a coach, I work with entrepreneurs because I'm extremely passionate about helping them have a better life through their business. I've seen the struggles that entrepreneurs face by not having the freedom, by not having the time, not having the money to do what they want, and how that impacts not only them, but also their families. And I'm a huge driver when it comes to having a happy family. That's really what drives me, is my children drive me, the relationship with my wife drives me, and I want to see other entrepreneurs have that same passion in their life because that's what life is really about. When we take a look at our business, we take all those things away, what is it that we're left with? We're left with our family members, our friends, the relationships that we have with people, and the legacy that we leave with them. And I'm a firm believer that when we have a better business, when you have a better business, that it will help you have a better life. So make sure that you can do what you want and get what you want from your business today. So 2019 is coming up. How are you going to be a more effective entrepreneur? How are you going to be a more effective husband, father, son, whoever you want to be? The question is, how are you going to be more effective and get your business to serve you rather than serving your business? I would love to hear what the one thing is that you are going to do in 2019 to make your business serve you.